Jeff, after 2 weeks, 6 practice, how do you assess spring and how it's gone so far? And you're not quite halfway through it.
I think to this point we got a lot of good work in. There's new pieces. We're throwing as much at them as we can. They've got to be able to learn. They've got to be able to grasp things. They've got to be able to comprehend everything we're doing so that we can be creative and play aggressive. But to this point, there's been a lot of good things on the field I've seen. Without question, certain positions we have more depth. We got to continue to push that forward as aggressive as we can. But these guys have done a good job. We got 3 weeks left. We've been able to keep most people fairly healthy, so it's been a good 2 weeks.
The offensive line, there's some new faces on there. They're vets, but they're new faces. How do you think they're meshing thus far?
I think the offensive line's done a really good job. That's a position we have more depth. I think we're going to be able to rotate more guys into the game. There's going to be more competition at each position. I think we've got some experience, and while some of it's new for some of our guys, they've done a really good job, and I think we need to make that a strength of our team.
If you look at the offense, obviously you have more tight ends now, you have more receivers, you have quarterback on Taylor. How close are you, to having the kind of offense that you're used to running and you want to run as far as that system?
Well, I think we've made strides. There's a whole lot of people getting repetitions, so we haven't been able to get into super great flow, but I think Tyler has done a really good job. We're improving that position. I think we're going to be able to run the football again. I just think being able to develop the ability to throw the ball vertically, to have a potent passing attack is something we just got to continue to press forward. And that means receivers got to step up, quarterbacks got to be accurate, we got tight ends got to own the middle of the field, and we still have a ways to go there, but there's progress. It's just, we'd like to go a little bit faster with it, but we are making slight progress.
Jeff, what are some of your thoughts overall for the first couple weeks on the defensive side of the ball? Ron English, when we talked to him, he spoke pretty highly, especially with certain positions, and today they seemed like they were making plays all afternoon.
Well, I like our defense. Without question, we have a lot of depth. In the secondary for sure. Without question, there's depth at the corner position and in safety. I feel good. We're pressing that forward on the defensive line, even though there's some guys out now. When it's all said and done from fall camp, we'll have depth there. And I think we have some linebackers that have played quite a bit with some youth mixed in, which is good, but we've thrown a lot at them. The package is not exactly the same. It's going to add some new wrinkles and the ability to get after the quarterback and create turnovers. We've got to continue to press that forward. That has looked good to this point, so I like it. But our defense should be a strength. I expect it to be a strength, and we've got to continue to press forward with that because I just think we have quite a bit of depth and quite a bit of really good playmakers.
So a quick follow-up, you said the package is different. Is something different from last season's kind of 4-2-5 to kind of cater to what pieces you have now?
Well, I think in the offseason you just kind of, what can we do to get even better? So when you study that and you study other top teams in the college level, at the NFL level, and even maybe some other type of teams that get more out of what they have, we've just added a few things to the package and it's looked really good. And it's about creating pressure and getting turnovers, and to this point, as long as we can learn and understand it, creating different looks and disguises for the defense is always vital, and how we can get that called and managed and utilized will be very important to our success. But through 2 weeks, there's been some really good stuff.
Jeff, the running back position, you talked about depth on the offense. The running back position, you've got some different guys, some new additions, and then Maurice kind of back from last year. How have you liked what you've seen from those guys, and then maybe specifically Penny as he kind of adjusts to a different level?
Well, we've got more depth at running back. Bringing Penny in, he's a big, strong, physical back. While he's still learning and spinning a little bit, he's done a good job. Don from Miami gives us a good, solid back in the backfield. He's big, he's strong. Maurice, you can tell he knows it, he understands it. He's looked quicker this spring. Those three guys have been very steady. And then we've got some young backs we're developing. Kewan Brown has done some good things also. Isaac Brown has some speed out on the field that shows up quite a bit when he knows what he's doing. And I feel good about that position.
You mentioned more than once that you like to throw a lot at the guys during spring just to see how they respond and they react. Is it a process where you continually add things as spring goes on, or is it you try to hone in on what you've already kind of introduced them to?
Well, I think through 2 weeks for sure, we're going to throw a lot at them, and then of course the third week we'll probably keep throwing some things at them. We want them to learn. We want to have we want to take a look at some new things, some new twists here and there to see if they can help us on both sides of the ball and special teams. So we'll continue to do that, but at the same time, knowing what our base stuff is and how much to get to it is important. Learning that, making sure that we're steady with all that. It's been a good mix, but without question, having the flexibility to be creative and to add wrinkles will always be looked at in spring.
Last time we talked to you, you liked the direction of the tight ends. Just out here today, Jamari seems like he continues to take steps forward. What was the difference for him where it just started to click? What do you think it was that moment for him?
Well, tight end position is one of the harder positions to learn, especially when you're young. You got to be physical. You got to learn all the different blocking schemes and techniques, all the different fronts that are coming at you, and be good in the passing game, and be able to be physical, both running and running routes in traffic. So it takes a while, and Jamari's done a good job. He's gotten in better shape. He understands it more. He's got to be a threat for us this year. He has to be a playmaker. We're counting on him. He's made really good strides, and we've added pieces to that as well. And Isaiah and Jaleel have come in, and while they're still learning, they've shown us some things. And then Nate has been a consistent, steady piece and a good blocker. But we'll continue to press that forward.
All right, guys. Coach got to run.
Okay, thanks.